What's going on, y'all? Your boy DJ Black Mark, Shay Diddy in the house, and welcome to another episode of the Street Light series.
It's lit.
And we finna change gears one time. I got my brother Cat Fitness.
What's going on, y'all?
Along with Rich Rocka.
Yeah.
And usually we focus on music and everything else, but today we're gonna talk to y'all about getting healthy.
Oh yeah.
And my man
As
Cat
we off the
Fitness.
team.
Not the here, we off the Remy. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Come on.
But
We
my
gotta
boy
do it the
Cat
right
Fitness
way.
in here, a new vegan, got into shape, dropped over 100 pounds to look like.
Bruh, I didn't even
Yeah.
recognize you when you came in.
It was crazy, right? Changed my whole life. Now, not newly vegan. I've been a vegan like almost a year and a half now.
Okay.
So it changed my life when I fully went vegan. It was more so just to try it out. My friends at the barbershop was like, "Hey, you know anything about being a vegan?" I was like, "Nah, I don't know. You know, nobody in our community is talking about being
Yeah.
a vegan.
Right.
Talk about
Like-
that.
Like, what is that?"
Why don't you define it?
Oh man, a vegan is a person that don't eat any kind of meat, nothing that comes from animals. So no honey, no butter,
No eggs?
no eggs,
No mayonnaise?
nothing,
No honey?
nothing.
That's a
Not even a
bee.
bee.
That's a
Come on.
bee is considered an animal.
Is that thought it was a
Yeah.
bug?
Look, that's an insect, bro. Like,
Is it an animal because it got fur?
It's a living creature.
all right.
It's a living creature.
So
No-
honey isn't good
but
for
then
you.
technically everything's a living creature because like apricots or like, I don't know, peaches come from trees, which is a living thing.
yeah, but
So,
but they look at it. So for instance, okay, we drink cow's milk, right? But why don't we drink any other kind of milk? Well,
I
not
drink
all
almond
of
milk.
us.
I drink almond milk. I don't even fuck
I heard
with
No,
that
I'm just
goat
saying
milk
people
is hella
that
good
that
for you.
drink like.
no.
Why don't you drink monkey's milk? A monkey is closer to us than a cow when it comes in a relationship of a species, but we'll drink cow's milk, which is what's a cow at the end of the day.
Right.
You know
right,
what I'm saying?
right. I didn't even know monkeys made milk, to be honest with
We
you.
Of
all
course
make
they do.
milk.
I don't make milk.
monkeys
I mean,
got
saying,
titties too.
you know what I'm saying?
Monkeys got titties?
Yeah.
I guess, yeah. Makes sense.
But at the end of the day, it's like, it's one of the things that are plaguing our community and we don't even know.
Right.
Like a lot of times, how many of us know people that have high blood pressure, right?
Right.
Diabetes,
Right.
has had a heart attack.
Diabetes is
Obesity.
rampant in African Americans too. Like it's a huge issue.
And you know what's crazy is when you go back to Africa, they don't even have it out there
Why is that?
because it's something that was introduced to us during slavery.
It was man-made.
Well, I
it
heard
was man-made.
diabetes though. It's
Really?
like a lot of people think it's
Yep.
from sugar, but it actually comes from meat.
Yeah.
Like meat is actually the main
you know-
cause of diabetes.
Do you know meat is a type 1 carcinogen? Well, the packaged meats,
Bruh.
they're considered
Like
type 1.
processed shit.
Yeah, processed meats is a type 1 carcinogen. You know what that means, right?
Hell no.
It's-
Educate me, brother. That's
No,
why
I'm
we
just
here.
saying it's what's leading cancer right now. Carcinogens is what you find in cigarettes and all that kind of
Yeah,
stuff.
yeah, yeah.
They have to give you the warning, but they don't put it on the foods that have the carcinogens right now.
Hmm.
Why is that? Because the government or big business pays for all this advertisement and everything to come into our communities. What do we have at the end of the day? We have the food maxes and all the low budget stores, the grocery outlets, and all these kind of places where we go in there and we run rampant and we look at all this stuff as affordable food, right?
Right, right.
But it's really the things that are plaguing our community and giving us all the disease that we have now. Like, how often do you walk around and see people morbidly obese? You know what I'm saying? Not just somebody chubby,
Right,
somebody
right.
big, but somebody that's like 300, 400, 500 pounds walking down the street now.
Right. I mean, all the time, but they don't really be walking, but you run
Waddle.
across them. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
you come across them. You know what I'm saying? And look,
They waddle.
Yeah. Real slow.
hey, and with the kids too. What's really crazy is now you can see a direct reflection when you're looking at people that are really not paying attention to their health. It's not part of their awareness or part of their consciousness right now.
Mhm.
It's a direct reflection of their kids. So I would say 90% of the time when I go into the community and I see a parent that's kind of big or overweight,
Right.
you look at their kid and
Same thing.
exact same
So
thing.
you're saying that even organic products are not safe? Like if you get grass-fed, free range beef or something like that.
They got ways around it. You know what I'm saying? Educate yourself. Now, I'm not trying to, I'm not here to put fear into the community. I want
That's what you're doing right now, because I for sure gonna go home and eat a fucking steak. You feel me? And
Not
now I'm
after
sitting there
this.
feeling like I'm eating cancer every
Not
time.
after this.
No, but listen, me and Mark, we went out, right?
Yeah.
You asked me to introduce you to a vegan spot, right?
Right.
Plant-based.
Yeah.
Plant-based.
Shout out to Veg Hub, man. You know, they
Veg
did their thing.
So, was it what you expected?
Hell nah.
When you thought of plant-based, healthy, what do you normally think of being a person in the community not being educated on that particular topic?
I mean, me personally, I'm a carnivore. Like, I eat meat like 5 times a day. Whatever I eat, I'm eating meat. But I expected it, that shit to be like
hella healthy and just
disgusting. Like, I was like, man, I don't feel like eating no goddamn plant.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I didn't like eating vegetables as a kid, so now as an adult, I don't have to. I don't really opt to. Like, I'm like, shit, I'll eat them shits, for whatever.
But when you
that
got
shit
there,
was good though, man. Like, the cheese was made out of carrots, almonds.
Nah, it was carrots,
cashew milk, and water.
Yeah,
and that shit was good. Feel me? Like, I was like, that's something I can do.
Exactly.
But it's just the thought of it isn't really like
appealing,
right? You know what I'm saying? Like, once you start really learning about it, you like.
But think about it like this: how many? Okay, we all go to barbecues and our like family barbecues, get-togethers, whatever the case may be.
Mm-hmm.
I can name every time we go to a barbecue. I can name what's on the menu right now. You got spaghetti, you got ribs, you got potato salad,
chicken,
you got chicken,
hot
links.
Mm-hmm.
But we never talk about eating greens and vegetables and things.
I don't know though.
Corn.
Depending on who making the greens.
But
the greens got ham hock in it though, so.
But that's what I'm saying.
Is good as fuck though.
You gonna see?
I can't do it.
You gonna see 90% of the food that we eat when we go to our gatherings is gonna be just meat or processed meat, whatever the case may be, right? But we don't ever have a spread of anything that's like fruit, vegetables, things of that nature because we weren't raised that way.
Right.
It's just not in our community. We didn't learn it because we weren't taught that from day one when we came over here. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
They forced us to eat the way that we currently eat, and we just adapted to the modern day African American diet from just survival mode. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
That's what's soul food.
Yeah.
It was the scraps that they threw the slaves, and we were like, damn, I don't want to die, so I gotta make something with this.
Right.
How you think chitlins came about? People still eat chitlins and all that kind of stuff.
I won't touch
ham hocks and all that.
You mean to tell me you never ate a chitlin before?
Nah, I leave the house. I remember being a kid, and the first time I smelled that, my granny was cooking some chitlins, and I smelled the chitlins. I'm like, what? It smelled like death.
I ain't never had them either.
Hey, check this out though. Once I stopped eating meat for 30 days, and then got around meat again, it started smelling like chitlins. Like, do you eat chitlins?
No.
Why not?
Because I got a gag reflex. It's strong. Like, now you can come in here and burp around me, and if I smell it, I'm gag reflexing. You got to get out.
Okay.
So.
Now, real shit. She's like that.
I'm for real.
But listen to this. Okay. I remember being a kid, right? And you know how if chicken, like fried chicken, ain't cooked all the way, you can see the veins and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
I don't know. It used to trip me out as a little kid. You know what I'm saying? I look at it, I was like, I don't want it.
You eat around it.
But my dad and everybody was like, no, you got to eat your food. You got to eat everything on your plate, right? And guess what? It was like, you don't know you're being forced to do something that your natural body doesn't want to do. You know what I'm saying? We only know, like, think about the generation right now. We, amongst the people in this room, we're mostly peers, right? We grew up around the same time.
Right.
Most of our parents was still cooking for the most part at the house when we was growing up. Think about the generation that came after us. They all grew up on McDonald's and fast food and processed food and the quick fix. Go ahead.
But aren't there certain things in meat that your body needs to survive, like protein? Or I mean, I'm not,
I love that you brought that up.
But I'm saying there's certain things that you're supposed to get from meat.
Yeah.
That are supposed to help you survive, and they're supposed to help your bones, for instance, stay strong.
Okay. So listen to this. So you're saying protein, right? Everybody, that's the key thing. Everybody need the protein, right? Where are we going to get our protein? But where does the animal get their protein? What does a cow eat at the end of the day?
I'm gonna need to see science because I know
a cow don't eat meat.
A cow get protein from grass, so I can just go in the backyard, eat some grass, and I got all my protein.
No, I'm not saying all that, but they eat greens, right?
Yeah.
They eat from the earth, and they get their protein, and they grow to be how big? Shay, come on,
but
how big is a cow?
They have a different metabolism, though. They have a different.
Okay, I love that you bring that up. So if you're saying that, why? Okay, you see a lion, you see a bear, right? When it's time for them to eat meat, they eat it. They don't cook it. They don't have to heat it up to a certain temperature where we have to go, can you eat raw meat and be healthy?
You can eat a raw steak, like really rare.
I don't know. I don't know
I
about all
seen
that.
niggas slice a steak that was pretty much uncooked and just.
But it has to be cooked to a certain extent, right?
You gotta brown it a little bit.
A little bit.
We're gonna
Why?
be swallowing blood.
I think it's a cultural thing though, because if for instance, if you go to Vietnam, they have dishes that are completely raw.
Okay.
Completely raw, whatever. So it's like,
sushi and stuff like that.
well, that's a fish also. But I'm talking about like beef. Like, if you go to Vietnam, they have a dish. I forgot what it's called, but it's literally completely raw beef with seasonings and whatnot.
Yeah.
So I do think that humans can eat raw meat.
Yeah.
I think that culturally, it's just we choose to cook it, so it's not so.
But how long does that take effect to our body? You know what I'm saying? I'm talking. We could do a lot to our body. There's people out on the streets doing crack cocaine and they live, right? But
it's a dope feed that's been around for 30 years.
You know what I'm saying? Like, we could do a lot, but I'm talking about the quality of life. The quality of life in our community. Like, okay, I don't know if you know my story, Shay, but
I don't, man. Give us a background of like how you got to where you're at.
Yeah. Okay. So 2014, you guys remember the Napa earthquake, right? So that night, I'm in the hospital bed in the emergency room. Just got rushed to emergency room because I had all the symptoms of a heart attack.
Oh wow.
Right, and this is only 3 years ago. We all peers. We're not old yet. I'm not supposed to. Yeah, we're not supposed to be having heart attacks. But woke up one night, had this pain in my chest. Didn't know what was going on. Try to walk it off. You know, I'm like, okay, I'm cool. Next thing you know, I'm hovering on the ground, and I'm like, damn, I can't even stand up. I barely can breathe. So I wake up my wife. I'm like, hey, call 911. I don't know what's going on. They rush me to the hospital. The hospital tells me nothing's wrong with me. Worst feeling I've ever felt in my life. And if that's not a heart attack, I don't want no parts of it, right? So they send me to a cardiologist. They do a stress test, hook me up to the machines, do everything. They thought I had a congestive valve where they had to put a stent inside of one of my valves to open up for the blood flow because it sounded similar to some of the symptoms. Nothing wrong, right? The doctor said the only thing that we can see that's going on with you is obviously you're overweight. And this is when I was like 80 pounds heavier, right? So like something just hit me at that moment. Like, I'm like, man, I'm raising my sons, right? I got 4 boys that I'm raising. And if something happens to me, I'm the sole provider of my family right now.
Yeah.
And I'm messing up. You know what I'm saying? And that really woke me up. Like, if I died that day, I wouldn't have been able to raise my sons. I wouldn't have been able to see my grandkids. So much was relying on my personal health. And I think sometimes we get away from that in the community that we live in because it's just so much going on. You know, we don't have time. We're worried about paying bills. We're worried about doing all these other things except our health. You know what I'm saying? And that's predominantly in our culture, in our community. Because if you go to Walnut Creek, Lafayette, the other side of the bay, right? They're talking about these things. Yeah, they're talking about these things in their community.
But not in the hood, though.
Like, if you go down Fillmore, unless you go Upper Fillmore, which isn't even Fillmore anymore, you don't really have, like, juice bars or, like, healthy food spots over there.
That's true.
You know what I mean? We got a Panda Express, Popeyes.
Right, Popeyes.
Bro, when they get
Subway.
stressed, when they get stressed, they go to a gym, they do therapy, they do all these things to kind of keep them grounded and leveled. When we get stressed, we go to a corner store, we get a pint of alcohol, we get some blunt wraps. We do whatever to get our mind off of whatever is going on, except doing what we need to do and being focused on ourselves.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
So, but it's set up like that. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
We don't have gyms in the hood like that. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But we do have liquor stores and all the other stuff. Convenience stores. If you want some fresh fruit, how many convenience stores do you have in the hood? And why?
I don't even trust the fruit inside of Safe. Sorry. But I feel like they got to spray with so many chemicals. Like, you ever got an apple and feel like you got to get a Brillo pad to get that film off of it?
Exactly.
I can't do
pesticides.
it. I don't eat fruit because of that, because I'll be afraid of the pesticides.
Okay.
And I'm afraid of getting intestinal worms.
Well, what's the other half of that, though?
What do you mean?
Because
I eat a lot of vegetables.
Okay. So less fruit.
Less fruit, but I eat a lot of, like, carrots, asparagus, bok choy, all that type of stuff.
So let me ask you a question, Kat. Is it better to be what's
vegan?
it called? Nuh-uh.
Vegetarian?
Nuh-uh, the other one.
Pescatarian?
How you say it?
Pescatarian.
Pescatarian. Like, if I was gonna do it, Like, and I couldn't go all the way vegan. Would it still be beneficial for me to go? How you say it?
Pescatarian. That's when you just eat fish, but you don't eat
seafood.
Yeah,
right.
Yeah,
Seafood,
but you don't eat the chicken, the beef, the
right?
pork.
Seafood and vegetables.
Yeah.
Is it still the same effect, or am I still fucking myself off?
I'm saying, well, would you eat something out the bay? You know all the toxins in the water.
No.
Like straight out the bay without cooking it?
No, I'm just saying, just seafood in general. Like you got to just think of the bigger picture, right? So is it bad? Everything in a certain moderation is going to be all right, right? But then you got to think of all the things like these animals. Once you start doing your research, these animals, where they keep these animals, they're living in their own feces. They have all these diseases before they even get to us, where they pump these animals full of not only hormones, but water, and what they're also doing is for the bacteria and everything. Antibiotics. There you go. So they're pumping full of antibiotics, right? Mm-hmm. And we're ingesting that. We're taking that in.
Right.
Because they're keeping them alive because it's a big business. It's $1 billion business. You know what I'm saying? Like, you remember being a kid and learning the food pyramid in school?
Right.
Right? What does it tell us to eat?
Fruits and vegetables.
Meats, cheese.
Carbohydrates, like bread and shit.
Okay. Who makes that?
Government.
Okay. Who gets paid from the government to make that?
Companies.
Which companies?
Farmers, the meat people.
Oscar Mayer.
The meat people. They tell them, no, real talk. They tell them, hey, put these. So we're getting trained at a very young age. We're getting conditioned to think meat is the go-to for our protein. Cheese is going to give us cheese, milk, all those kind of things are going to give us the strong bones.
The calcium.
Yeah. So when we was kids, you remember the commercials? When we see the little kids and
milk
everything?
Does a body good.
Milk does a body good, right? And the kid get built bigger, drinking the milk and everything. Man, if that's literally the polar opposite of what milk does to your bones.
So what do you have your kids drink?
Besides milk? Almond milk.
Almond milk.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's right now. So like I said, I've only been doing the lifestyle for like a year and a half now, right? I didn't know no better until I had to educate myself. And I raised my kids just like I was raised. And I think a lot of us, that's what we do.
Was it hard for you to wing off of it, though?
Who, me?
Yeah.
No, I did it in 30 days.
Ooh.
30 days.
Rich,
Yeah.
are you? So I hear you vegan now.
Nah, not quite.
What do you?
Not all the way.
He tried it, though. That was the first step.
Yeah, I tried it. Kat got me to try it.
What'd you think?
It was good. Like, I mean, I feel like there's a misconception on food. Like, I feel like humans eat food for the wrong reasons. I feel like we eat food more for pleasure, and really it's supposed to be just to satisfy you, like to nourish the body. So it's not. I don't think food is supposed to be good like that.
Well, it can be.
Wait.
It can be.
Enjoy it? What?
Food
I'm
ain't
saying
supposed
it
to be
can
good.
be, but like it's more. I feel like the concept of food is more supposed to be what it does for your body. Like, for example,
More about the
vegan
body.
food wasn't the best. Like, it wasn't better than Thanksgiving at Granny house, but it made me feel better, and that's what.
Satisfied.
And
So how long
yeah, and
did
that's
you
what's
try
more
it for?
important. I mean, I'll still do it. Like, it'll be some days I'll just eat.
He
vegan.
called me up from L.A. What was that L.A. spot that you found? The little Asian spot? You called me that one time. He was like, Cat, I'm at the spot right now.
The Loving Hut. I
The
think.
Loving Hut. The little Asian
Yeah,
spot.
like some days I'll just eat vegan for no reason, just like for the whole day.
Yeah.
I mean, you know,
But-
it's a small step.
It's a process. Like,
It's
you
a
gotta
process.
you gotta get into it. Like, you can't just.
Yeah.
I don't think people can just quit
But-
cold turkey and be like, I'm not eating meat no more.
You be surprised. A lot of my clients that I train, like because I put them through like a 30-day detox, right? And they getting themselves off of meat, but once they get themselves off, totally different people. When it comes to their energy, when it comes, no, you said no.
Go ahead.
Oh no, I'll say when it comes to their energy, when it comes to their just mental clarity, things they're more ambitious about what they want to do, and I think that's what we forget too. A lot of these things that come with the meats, you know, how many times have we ate after Thanksgiving and just got the itis, right? You eat and then you're like, oh, it's time to go to sleep.
I mean,
Yeah.
that's every time, but
every time.
that's every time.
That's what's
And think about food is that the purpose of food? To make you sleepy? It's a fuel.
Yeah. I mean,
That's what I love
So you
about
don't get
vegan
sleepy
food.
after you eat?
No.
For me, nah.
nah.
Go.
Look, I ate that big ass Philly cheese steak, but it was vegan, so it wasn't meat.
What was it? Tofu?
Nah, it was soy. I think.
Yeah, it was soy.
I think it was soy.
Yeah.
But it was like I ate that big ass sandwich and I was not sleepy. I went to the gym when I got back. After we left that restaurant, I went to the gym. It was like,
so how you
cool.
eat bread if you vegan?
Not all breads have dairy in it.
yes,
You'll be surprised.
It's hella tricks.
You'll be surprised. I think I appreciated that the most because once I told myself I was going to try to do this, I started looking at the ingredients of a lot of things and things that you'd be like, why is it dairy in chips? Like you look at some Doritos and stuff.
Bro, I love Doritos.
But why is it dairy
Don't
in
talk
it?
about my Doritos, bro.
I'm just saying.
We're going to have a problem.
Come on.
Well, look,
Why do they put dairy in everything?
we got to come up with a plan to get Shay on vegan.
What the fuck
No.
you mean, nigga?
No.
I can't lose another pound. I'm afraid, honestly.
Nah, just to be
I'm
healthy.
afraid that I'm already thin. And I feel like I'd be sticks and bones and people would literally think I have an eating disorder. Because if I go vegan, I'm literally going to waste away what I have now.
You could be a thick vegan.
Yeah.
Man, hold on.
You gonna be a thick vegan?
Was that song?
What?
Hold on.
What
Was that YG? Was that YG talking about that? I think
She a
YG.
vegan, but she still thin.
Yeah.
On everything,
Come on.
I'm telling
YG.
you.
Nigga,
If
you gotta
YG said
live
it,
in a
it's true.
gym.
Yeah.
If YG said it, it's true.
It gotta be.
Shout out to YG. That's my bro right there. I need to get on her diet plan there because.
But real talk, I would love for you to try it. Have you ever had anything
do me
vegan?
this then. I'll try it if you come up with a list of vegan restaurants that deliver here, deliver to my house,
Okay.
late night, because I be up till 4 or 5 in the morning.
Yeah.
Then I'll do it.
Okay.
And you got to teach me how to cook vegan because everything in my house.
Uh-oh.
Matter of fact,
And I
I do
don't
you
know.
one better. So Chef Chu, he got a cooking class. He invited me and my people out October 26th. It's a private class.
Nice.
I'd love for you to come in
Oh yeah, I'm
and
down.
try it out.
What day is that?
It's a Thursday.
He ain't gonna
nigga,
make
I
it.
ain't going.
6:30. What?
He be in here.
Oh yeah. Damn. Monday through Friday. Yeah.
We'll see.
Yeah.
He do it on Saturday. I'm there.
Okay.
Now
We'll
we-
figure something out.
We gotta
Mhm.
figure that out, man.
Yeah.
But shout out to Self Shoot. I gotta take you out there. It's the Veg Hub,
Yeah.
and they do be doing this thing in that kitchen.
Come
That
on.
vegan food, man. I was like, man, I'm finna convert to vegan. Only thing is, I'm in the city still. We both in the city, so
It's
he in the
hard.
town. I can't get out there during the week.
What's
Traffic be a bitch.
by the Diamond Store? What street
On
is that?
hate?
What you talking
Hate.
about?
Yeah.
You talking about the Love and Hut?
No. I'm
Thought you
talking
said
about
I
the
was
other
in LA.
spot.
Love and
one,
Hut?
it's one out there and out here.
Yeah,
Oh,
they
okay.
got one in San Diego too. I went to that one. But on Haight Street, over by the Diamond Store, 3 blocks down.
Yeah, the burger spot.
The burger
Is it a
spot.
vegan burger?
Yes.
Come on.
Can you really call it a burger if it's vegan though?
Why not?
Because it's not a burger.
But what's
What
a
is
burger?
Burger is just a word.
Yeah.
What's a
It's
burger?
a word that describes a patty, a beef patty.
It's just exactly a patty. Why does it have to be a beef patty?
They call it chicken. You heard of a chicken burger?
Yes.
Oh yeah.
The filet, what's it called?
Same thing, baby.
Shut up.
Same thing.
No, the filet melt. It's different.
Filet melt.
Filet milk.
Cat like, man,
She-
what the fuck? I'm
She
trying
been
to
sold on American Dream. That's all.
I know. You just got to get out of your
We're going
norm.
to convert Shay Diddy to vegan by 2018. We're going to start a
2018?
campaign.
Right.
Bro,
You got
if
3
gonna
more
give
months,
y'all
man.
Doritos, we gonna have a problem.
They got
There's so
vegan Doritos, don't they, Cat?
we got it.
And if
How
not,
you
we
make
gonna have to
Doritos
make
if
them.
you can't have cheese?
I don't know
They-
how they make theirs.
they got
but they got other
cheese.
Vegan
spots.
cheese.
I'm trying to tell you, the
We had the
cheese that we
vegan mac
ate,
and
it
cheese.
tasted just like cheese. Their slogan was, it looked like cheese,
It-
What
tastes
the
like
fuck is
cheese,
it?
But it ain't cheese.
What is it?
It was
These
carrots
It's
cashews,
and then
and water.
yeah, and you blend it up.
I'm trying to tell you, I was
Does it melt?
Yeah, it looked like it.
nah. It's like Velveeta.
Yeah,
Look at her face. She's like,
Shay.
oh.
They
Look,
made
Lonnie, I'm not
cauliflower.
lying to you.
They turned cauliflower into mashed potatoes.
yeah.
I couldn't
That's
believe
lit,
it.
though.
It
That's hella
tasted
good.
just like mashed potatoes.
I swear to God, the
Yeah.
cheese tasted just like cheese, and they spelled it different. They spelled it CHEEZE because it wasn't from milk and shit, but it tasted just like cheese. I'm like, this shit is amazing.
So they had Philly cheesesteaks that really
Chicken.
had no.
No
Chicken
meat,
melt. They got a chicken
chicken
melt.
milk. They got
Uh-huh.
a pot roast steak, a porterhouse steak, not pot roast, porterhouse steak.
What they
Yeah.
use for the bone?
And one no
Yeah,
bone is
yeah.
chopped up into slices. to where they poured A1 sauce on the shit.
We blow your mind, Shaq.
They got vegan fried chicken.
Vegan fried chicken. I took my mom there. She was blown away. I took my mom there. She was blown away.
You took mom's up there?
I definitely.
To the veg house?
Because mom's is super healthy.
Yeah,
I took her on a Wednesday. We was like, fuck it, let's go out there and get something to eat. We drove all the way to the town in rush hour traffic.
Got there.
She been trying to get there ever since.
Aww.
That's beautiful.
Smacking.
But that's another reason that I've been kind of pushing this particular campaign. And just like I said, I don't want to force nothing upon people, but I just want to plant that seed so our community is more educated. I remember being a little kid and my dad telling me, be careful when you grow up because diabetes runs in our family.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And that's bullshit. You know what I'm saying? What runs in our family is
bad eating
habits. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Taking those eating habits and continuing that having no value with our nutrition and getting diabetes and high blood pressure, of course. But that's what I'm trying to teach not only my clients, but my kids, because I'm like, we have other options.
Right.
We just don't know about it. It's other options out there. And the more that we go out there and seek this particular truth that can change a lot in our community, because I feel like so many people, I had a boy, Sean Youngblood, play football with him in his early 30s. He might have been 30 at the time. 30 years old, had a massive heart attack, dropped dead. Dropped dead. And that was a couple months prior to me having my symptoms. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That ain't, come on.
That ain't life.
That ain't life.
So you're training as well with people, right?
Yeah, I do boot camps over in Emeryville.
Okay.
Well, it's West Oakland, Emeryville, kind of like border right over there. And I do boot camps, one-on-one training. And I just, like I said, my goal, my mission right now is to more so educate our community and show people like what we've been taught. It was, okay. Do any of y'all know what the Willie Lynch?
Letter?
Okay. Yeah. Willie Lynch letter, right? So that was pretty much essentially how they planned to keep us enslaved, right? But that they knew that was only going to last so long.
Right.
Right? That method of what they were doing, separating us, crabs in a barrel, everybody for themselves type thing, was only going to last so long. What else can you take from a people besides their history? Because we don't know our history. We don't know where we come from.
Right.
You know where you from, Mark?
San Francisco.
No, where your roots are from.
Fillmore, California.
Exactly.
You understand me?
Did he? You know where you from?
Well, actually, my great-great-great-grandfather was a Nigerian prince, and my mother's family might
Did
be
you know?
there.
You really know this?
Yeah, I really did.
Oh, okay. That's dope.
Ancestry.com.
Yeah.
Nah, nigga. My daddy has green eyes because his great-great-great-grandmother was raped by whatever.
Yeah.
And she's from France.
Yeah. But a lot of us don't know that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And a lot of us, we forget, well, we don't forget, but we get our history taken away from us and so many other things taken away from us. You know what I'm saying? And it's just lost.
Right.
Generation after generation, we just get more and more lost until somebody has to step to the forefront and say, hey, let's address these things that we know that's running rampant. We need to learn our history. We need to learn how to feed ourselves and take care of our own. Because so many of us in our community, if anybody makes it, the one thing I appreciate from the experience I'm having being a young entrepreneur in our community is the relationships I'm building with other people, just like Chef Chu and these other people that see the exact same thing that I see, and we're trying to make a difference.
Right.
Because if nobody steps to the forefront, it's just going to get worse and worse. And I feel like having these liquor stores, having McDonald's, like how many McDonald's do you know in the hood?
It's one in every hood.
It's more than one in every hood. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
If you got a liquor store, two blocks down, you got a McDonald's
or
Yeah,
Burger
you do.
King or
Or
Jack in the
something.
Box, one of them.
Yeah.
Exactly. And though you don't see that in Walnut Creek, you don't see that in San Ramon, you don't see that in Dublin. You might see one liquor store for Dublin, one McDonald's for Dublin, all that kind of stuff.
That closed at 9 o'clock.
Exactly. And
That's
we got
cold,
24, and ours is 24 hours.
24/7.
They don't
Well,
shut
where's
down.
the 24-hour vegan spot?
Exactly. So that's another thing. Like
The
vegan
demand.
food isn't accessible unless you cook it yourself, which
Yeah.
a lot of us don't have the time to do.
Yeah.
Like we be moving and shit, or be at work, or we just don't feel like cooking.
This is something, not saying being plant-based or vegan is brand new, but it's starting to reach the masses now. Because think about it. I went into a Costco, 2 months ago? Now they're carrying vegan products just like anything else.
Nice.
You think a multi-billion-dollar company doesn't see a trend coming?
Yeah.
It's coming.
Mm-hmm.
Like a lot of people are getting more privy of all these things that are going on in our community. It's just certain people that have to go to the forefront. When I was doing all my research, the reason why I created the show that we did a couple weeks ago is just for the simple fact I didn't see nobody in our community talking about it yet.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? The people that were talking about, little white girls, talking about, vegan this and whatever, and it's nobody we can relate to.
Right.
Nobody that talks like us, looks like us, whatever the case may be. And it's hard if you're not really interested in it. How are you going to tune in? You know what I'm saying?
Right.
If somebody sees Black Mark going to the Veg Hub and say, damn, okay, I know Black Mark, you know what I'm saying? I could relate with Black Mark. If he says it's cool, they might just get enough motivation to go to some, to try it out, to see what it's like, just because they see somebody from their community that they could relate to.
I do want to try that Philly though. I ain't had a good Philly cheesesteak.
We gotta go see him.
Yeah.
We got Chef
It's
Chu.
so many other places.
The
too.
Veg Hub, man. We gotta go check him out.
What's that other spot we went to?
Solely vegan,
Solely vegan.
Where's that one at?
right on
Oakland.
Jack London.
It's all in Oakland.
Well, I mean, there's places
They
all
got
out here.
spots
Yeah.
in the city, but city ain't doing no soul food.
You'd be
Touche.
surprised.
If they
Matter
find
of
a
fact, I
soul
did-
food in the city, man, hit us up. We'll be there.
A
be
vegan
there?
soul
A
food.
vegan soul food spot. Hit us up.
Because it's a soul food spot on 3rd. I've been trying to get to for the last 3 months.
What? What's that shit called?
Auntie April's or something
Heart.
like that.
Oh shit.
Oh my
They-
God.
I know it's a couple.
See, look, you ain't listening to nothing this man
I
saying.
am,
You trying
but
to go to?
damn, can I get a
Hey.
chance to change my ways?
No,
Damn.
they got. I've been to. They got a sushi spot. Any of y'all like sushi?
Yes.
They got a sushi spot. I forget the name off the top
Can
of
you
my
eat
head.
fish if you vegan?
No, but they got an Asian. They do it a whole different kind
A
of way.
vegan sushi spot?
Vegan sushi
I'm
spot.
done.
I come all the way to the city just to eat it. Cause it's a line. You got to wait at least an hour
That's crazy.
just to get a table.
But you know why there's a line like that? It's because the demand is there and there aren't the spots.
Exactly.
So
Yeah, and it's Asian food spot out here. It's a few. Actually, it's quite a few Asian food spots out here that's all vegan. And what's crazy is, like orange chicken and all that kind of stuff, the stuff that we normally get when we go to.
no, actually, Asian people don't get orange chicken.
I know. I think that's a black
But-
thing.
That's
like
a black thing.
we don't know what else to grab. It's like,
That
man,
sweet meat shit is
that
not
shit
cool
look
unless
cool.
it's like
Give me some
honey
orange
shrimp. No, we don't eat that.
But I'm just saying for the people that's watching the show that's what they might be ordering. When you go there, you'll try and you'll be fooled. You think it's meat. You think it's chicken. Like if they switched it and just kept it as chicken, you wouldn't know the difference.
So what is it really?
It's tofu.
Oh, I like tofu.
Yeah.
It's an Asian thing. I'm just
Hey, yo, I had this burger at Unami Burger the other
What is
day
that
called the Impossible Burger. It was all vegan.
Yeah.
Man, if you told somebody, if you gave it to somebody and said, this is the best burger you ever gonna have in your life, and didn't tell them it was vegan, they'll never know.
Yeah. That you should have heard Mark when he was at the
Nigga,
spot.
I'm trying
He
to tell
stopped. He looked at him and like,
you.
nah.
Trying to tell you, I'm like, this can't be vegan food.
Yeah.
But I think that's what it is, man. So, like the taste people are thrown off is like, I don't even like vegetables, man. Like, why would I
Yeah.
give up my fucking porterhouse steak for a plant?
Exactly.
You get what I'm saying? Like, we smoke plants, we don't eat them.
Yeah.
I'm
but-
willing to try it though.
I don't smoke though, just so y'all know.
You don't smoke?
Not at all, man. You know what I'm saying? I
You
can't
still got
do it.
that monster hookah?
Girl, no, you should be lighting up the entire car.
He
My
had
nigga.
smoked this whole room.
Oh my
Hey,
God.
man. That shit don't count.
I'm like, that nigga been smoking for years. He got lungs like that, my nigga. Damn.
That's
Shit.
crazy.
Anyway, Cat, man, let them know where they can find you, bro. Like,
Man.
and how people can get into your boot camp program.
Yeah,
that you
most
got going on in
definitely.
Oakland.
Yeah, so you can find me www.transformationbootcamp.net. On Facebook, it's Cat Fitness. Instagram, Cat Fitness 3. I'm at 3442 Adeline Street in Oakland.
Mhm.
Guys, just give me a call. My 800 number, 844-700-3399. Set an appointment. We do free evaluations. You come out, check out the facility. We see what your target goals are, see exactly what you're trying to do and a nutritional plan to go with it. So
I got a last question.
Go ahead.
So if I want a bigger booty, what vegan plan can you put me?
No, that's the workout.
Exercise.
That's the squats. Lunges.
You
We're gonna
fat
get
on that ass to get it bigger too.
You can
It's
get
a
thick
muscle.
off them squats.
Yeah. It's the muscle, and then it's essentially your calorie intake. So we get you eating more.
So
you eat
what's
more
high
to develop.
calorie, like avocados?
No, that's a healthy fat, yeah. But essentially, okay, a lot of people fail to realize when you're really getting into shape and you're pushing yourself, you can eat a lot more.
Mm-hmm.
You don't have to starve yourself. That's a myth.
If you're eating right.
Yeah, exactly. If you're not eating junk and everything like that, you can eat. You eat the right food. You
eat
can,
a lot of nuts too.
That's the late night show. I don't know about that.
No parts of that.
I don't eat nothing.
She set herself up for that one. She sit in the room with all three of us. Yeah, I'm like, huh?
Guys like nuts ain't good.
I'm allergic. I'm allergic to
Everybody like nuts.
No. Nope.
A lot of fatty acids.
Not gonna
in
give
them
me
nuts.
with that.
Nuts taste good.
Hey, but look.
Yo.
But Kat, give us a number one more time, man. What is it?
Man, it's 844-700-3399. Yeah, you can hit me up, Cat Fitness. And like I said, that's I can't tell my people in the community no more to eat the 4-6 ounces of chicken anymore with the broccoli and the standard. That's the standard diet when you're trying to lose weight. They try to get you on the protein, the chicken. You can still do the same kind of thing, but change your protein from the chicken to the lentils, to the beans. There are other options. Hemp seed, 3 tablespoons of hemp seed is 10 grams of protein. 10 grams of protein and some nuts.
It's hemp seed. I don't even know
Yeah,
what
okay.
Nobody else wants to say the word nuts.
I don't want no nuts, man. Hemp seeds.
I told you these niggas. Everybody
Call them seeds. Let's just call them seeds, baby.
Right.
Chia seeds, all that.
I don't
Seeds
want
are
no
just
nuts.
small nuts.
I don't want no
flax
nuts.
seeds.
I'm eating broccoli for my protein. But look, so for the people that's watching our show, man, you know what I'm saying? Can they get like a special little discounted rate, man, if they call Cat Fitness for a little personal training session?
Yeah, 106 KML, I'll give them 25%. If they shout y'all out and say they heard it from the show, they get 25% off any one of my packages.
There you go. So shout out Street Light Series when you go holler at Cat and give you 25% off, man. I'm Black Mark, Shay Diddy in the house, Rich Rocka, Cat Fitness.
There we
Thank y'all
go.
for tuning in. Street Light Series. Let's go.
Don't forget your nuts.